This is the Horse Economic Forum. Horse Economic Forum. Horse Economic Forum.
Bon dia, everyone. Bon dia, everyone. Thank you for the kind invitation to speak at this important forum, and I'm truly honored to be part of your discussions this week, even if only virtually. I regret that I cannot be with you in person, and I had planned to come to Portugal in January, but my schedule did not allow to make it this week. Nevertheless, I'm pleased to have this opportunity to share some thoughts and hopefully contribute meaningfully to the work you will be doing together here in Portugal. It comes as no surprise to anyone in this room that the horse sector plays a significant role in the global economy. The figures speak for themselves. Worldwide, the horse industry contributes more than 280 billion euros to the global economy. Within the European Union alone, this figure stands at over 60 billion euros. And in the EU, the sector is responsible for approximately 500,000 direct and indirect jobs. These are not insignificant numbers. They point to an industry that holds tremendous financial and social value, touching lives and livelihoods across borders and across generations. But as you all know, with great power comes great responsibility. And this is the thought I'd like to center on today. Because while the economic power of our industry is undeniable, we must never forget why we are here. We are here because of this fantastic animal, the horse. The horse is not a commodity, but a living being whose welfare must remain at the heart of all our decisions. The horse industry does not operate in a vacuum. We are part of a continuously evolving society. Every action we take at the local, national, or international level has the potential to influence public perception and to affect the future of our sport and the equine economy. We cannot afford to work in isolation or assume that developments in one discipline or sport involving horses will have no impact on another. For too long, parts of our industry have functioned independently, often in isolation. But the world around us is changing, and the pressures we face, be it societal, political, or environmental, require a more coordinated, united approach. We must work together to deepen our understanding of equine needs and conduct our activities with the horse welfare as our top priority. We must strengthen the governance of our sport at all levels, ensuring transparency, accountability, and fairness. We need to partner with governments to facilitate the safe and efficient movement of horses across borders, based upon robust health protocols and trust. And we must ensure that when rules are broken, consequences are applied fairly and decisively. However, our actions should be guided by scientific evidence rather than unsupported assumptions or subjective beliefs. Our right to exist as an industry is not guaranteed. There are critics who would like to see our activities curtailed or even shut down. That's why we must be proactive in holding ourselves and each other accountable. It is our responsibility to do better because we know better, and we are doing better, especially when we work together. The International Horse Sports Confederation, also known as the IHC, is a strong example of industry collaboration where equestrian and horse racing are working together and have a public-private partnership with the World Organization of Animal Health, the WOAH, or OMSA as it is called in Portuguese. For over a decade, the World Organization of Animal Health and International Horse Sports Confederation collaboration has been a trusted model of international cooperation, combining private industry expertise with public veterinary oversight. Together, public authorities and private industry are protecting the health and welfare of horses who compete worldwide. As part of this public-private partnership, the FEI is working on a digital passport for sport and racing horses. This initiative, which includes up-to-date vaccination and full traceability, will improve biosecurity, disease prevention, and make cross-border movement more efficient and secure. It's a real-world example of what is possible when we move forward collectively rather than alone. We are also taking steps to improve the lives of people within our industry, especially grooms, who are often the unsung heroes of equestrian sport. In 2022, the FEI helped to establish the International Grooms Association, the IGA, an independent, not-for-profit professional body that advocates for grooms, supports their well-being, and improves their working conditions, particularly at events where long hours are the norm. The IGA provides guidance on employment, a toolkit for freelancers, recruitment advice, and even a dedicated well-being section called International Grooms Minds. This to ensure emotional support is also readily available. All of these efforts, from digital innovation to workplace reform, are not just about better business. They are about building a more ethical, sustainable, and responsible future. Because ultimately, everything we do must come back to the horse. And I hope the conversations you have at this forum will spark new ideas, new collaborations, and new commitments that will make our industry stronger, not only for the horse, but also for the people who dedicate their lives to them. Thank you very much for listening. Muito.
Very good morning, everyone. É enorme prazer estar aqui convosco no Cineteatro de Alter do Chão para a segunda edição do Horse Economic Forum. Nos próximos 2 dias teremos um conjunto de eventos e iniciativas que têm como missão o desenvolvimento e a promoção da economia do cavalo em todas as suas vertentes. Acabamos de ouvir palavras do Sr. Igmar de Vos, é o atual presidente da Federação Equestre Internacional, onde afirma que o setor equestre tem um papel significativo na economia global. Changing a little bit to English, I take this opportunity to greet everyone at home. Good morning, good afternoon, or maybe good evening. Our event will be broadcasted live during these 2 days on our social media. You are all invited to follow us there. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and even LinkedIn. You are also invited to share any content you wish regarding this Horse Economic Forum. Aproveito também para cumprimentar todos em casa que nos seguem através das nossas redes sociais, tanto no YouTube como no Instagram e Facebook e LinkedIn. Estão também convidados, aqui também os presentes, a partilhar os vossos conteúdos nas nossas redes do Horse Economic Forum. Do desporto ao turismo, da saúde à cultura, o setor equestre é muito mais do que imagina. Senhoras e senhores, ladies and gentlemen, para vos dar as boas-vindas nesta abertura oficial do Horse Economic Forum, esta que é a segunda edição, convido ao palco o Sr. Presidente da Câmara Municipal de Alter do Chão, entidade promotora deste evento, Sr. Francisco Miranda.
Muito bom dia a todos os presentes. Desde logo, agradecer a todos por terem vindo participar neste evento, no Horse Economic Forum, que, como já foi dito, tem como principal objetivo dinamizar e potenciar tudo o que diz respeito à economia do cavalo. Obrigado a todos que vieram de países, especialistas que vieram de países estrangeiros visitar-nos e contribuir com o seu conhecimento para este fórum. Obrigado também aos especialistas portugueses que contribuirão certamente para a dignificação, darão o seu contributo para aquilo que pretendemos essencialmente, que é melhorar, potenciar e dinamizar aquilo que temos de melhor no nosso concelho, que é a nossa coroaria e o nosso cavalo lusitano, Alter Real. Permitam-me que faça um cumprimento especial ao Sr. Secretário de Estado da Agricultura, parabenizá-lo publicamente pela sua nomeação, que não tinha feito, faço hoje publicamente. Certamente todo o mundo rural ganhou com a sua continuidade e com o seu trabalho no Governo. Alter ganha, porque tem em si um amigo. Muito obrigado pela sua presença e pela honra com que nos distingue em Alter do Chão, que em qualquer evento que possamos promover ligado ao nosso melhor produto, que é o cavalo. Cumprimentar também o Dr. José Santos, Presidente do Turismo do Alentejo e Ribatejo, um senhor que acolheu desde a primeira hora este evento e, naturalmente, muito contribuiu para que hoje possamos aqui estar e que o evento seja uma realidade. Muito obrigado, Dr. José Santos. Cumprimentar também de forma especial o Sr. Vice-Presidente da CCDR, que muito nos honra com a sua presença, tem a pasta da agricultura, é um homem do meio rural que seguramente dignificará toda a nossa região